are with our very first episode. Today, I'm going to introduce you guys to Aamir Riffat. He, at a very young age, not only won Kickstarter funding for his animation, but is currently working with Mano Animation Studios as a creative animation lead. So, Aamir, let's start from the beginning.
Yeah.
What got you in animations?
I'm sure many other artists in Pakistan, I grew up watching cartoons, Disney, Japanese animation. So, ever since I was a kid, I always used to take a lot of interest in how cartoons were made. I used to ask my mom, how do they go about doing this?
Were there a lot of people in your family who just love illustrations and drawings?
I mean, yeah, my mom went to NCA and she was an artist, but I guess apart from my mom and I think we're the only two crazy people people crazy enough to appreciate and to want to do art.
So was it really difficult? For example, I was from a computer sciences background, and when I opted for humanities in my graduation, people started looking sort of down upon me कि art study करेगी क्या वहाँ पे? So did you sort of face that sort of struggle and everything?
Absolutely. I come from a family where the male folk generally go into the more conservative line of work.
मेरा बेटा engineer बनेगा types.
Exactly.
Right.
So for me, I think it was a bit of a struggle until I went to Indus Valley and alhamdulillah started doing well there. And it was after that my family has been overwhelmingly supportive. But up until then, it was a bit of a fight to
sort of make people understand.
To make them understand exactly.
Yeah. So did you go abroad, study from there maybe? Because a lot of artists that I met, at some point in their life, they actually even if they go to Dubai, they would go there and take short courses or anything like that. Did you get a chance for that?
No, I never went abroad. As far as animation is concerned, I'm entirely self-taught. I learned from YouTube, I learned from DeviantArt, I used the internet, I used magazines, I used
So you're a very
DVDs.
self-made man sort of person.
If you want to put it that way, yes.
I already feel prouder of you.
Wow, thank you so much.
So I won't be giving any spoilers about Shishagar, but how's the experience up to now?
I think this is definitely my dream job, and there's nothing else in the world I'd rather be doing right now. It is an absolute blast just going into work every day and being surrounded by people who are equally as passionate about it as I am, and working with some great people and just working on something that I enjoy thoroughly every single day.
So you have gotten enormous attention from around the world, because I've seen animations in Pakistan, but hand-drawn animations is just something really different. So how was your experience at Kickstarter there when you guys went there and displayed your work?
So for Shishagar, what we did was we made a Kickstarter campaign where we created a 2-minute trailer for the film. Usman Riaz directed it, and I, along with, I think at the time it was just me and Sophia Abdullah, our very talented artist and animator in Malaysia. There were 2 of us animating, and we had 1 more artist. So it was a very small team back then, and we created this whole Kickstarter campaign and put it out there. And the response was overwhelmingly positive. I mean, it was so gratifying to see all these people from around the world just donating money and giving us so much encouragement to achieve our dream of making this film. So I think it was just absolutely amazing just seeing all the love and support coming in from all around the world. So it was.
I have absolutely no doubt that Shishagar is gonna do really well in Pakistan and inshallah abroad as well. What future of animation do you see in Pakistan? Will it be more towards the 3D animations that we usually see right now, or do you guys have a lot of projects coming in?
I think the future, as is always the case, it's very difficult to talk about the future definitively. Yeah, like Teen Bahadur was Pakistan's first ever feature
Yeah.
film and 3D like feature animation film, and then we also have Porka Avenger, which is a very successful animated series. So. And then now we have Mano as well working on hand-drawn animation. So it's definitely a step in the right direction for both 3D and 2D animation. As far as 2D animation is concerned, right now we only Mano is crazy enough to take this on, and let's see what happens. Maybe there's going to be a bit of a domino effect, maybe not. But we are definitely focused on this film, and we want to create the best possible movie.
Well, hopefully Pakistani market is gonna appreciate you guys as much as you got appreciated. So, Aamir, tell us about Mano Animation Studios. How are the people there? What potential do you see there, and how do they treat you, especially?
So, Mano is a very exciting place to work at, with some great young, fresh talent. Right now, we're a team of around about 30 people. There's about 4 animators in Pakistan, including myself, and another 4 abroad, including Canada, Malaysia, and the US, and quite recently the Philippines. And our character designer, Sophia Abdullah, she's in Malaysia, along with Rachel Wan, who is our environment designer, also in Malaysia. For me at least, it's my dream job. And there's really nowhere else I'd rather be working right now, because we're all Osman Riaz, the founder, myself, and everyone else there. We're all just crazy people, because to take on something like this, hand-drawn animation, where you spend your entire day making maybe 1 second of animation, drawing several hundred drawings at a time. Yeah, you'd have to be a little crazy, you'd have to have a few screws loose to actually want to do something like that. So yeah, we're crazy enough to want to do this, and we are obviously inviting other up and coming artists to come join us and go on this journey with us.
So Aamir, not a lot of people know about Kickstarter in Pakistan. So can you just tell me a little about it?
So Kickstarter is this global crowdfunding platform where people basically put their projects and invite the global community to come and fund their project. So they set a goal, a target funding goal, and if they meet that goal within, I think it's 3 months. If they meet that goal within 3 months, they get fully funded for that project.
So how do you guys approach them? I mean, do you guys I'm sure you pitch something, right?
You basically create a project proposal.
All right.
Right, and it's a website. So you create your project proposal. You create a really interesting project proposal. You put it on the website, and if people like it, they'll fund it.
So for example, when you guys started, so in your proposal you did not present the illustrations only. You actually put up an animation.
We made 2 pieces of content. We made a trailer, which was roughly 1 minute long, and we made a Kickstarter video where our founder and director of Mano Studios, Osman Riaz, basically was showing footage of the film and was talking about his passion and his love for hand-drawn animation and talking about the film itself.
Osman Riaz is another gem of a person Pakistan is producing.
Absolutely.
So how do you guys sort of come in contact?
So he was in Indus Valley with me. He was 2 years junior to me, and in Indus Valley, I made a thesis, a hand-drawn animated thesis, way back in 2011. And Osman and I weren't really friends because we didn't really interact much at the time.
Oh, because he was your junior.
He was my junior, and I wasn't.
Typical.
I was quite an introvert, so he had heard. He was a big fan of hand-drawn animation, so he had heard that there was someone in the senior batch who had made a thesis on hand-drawn animation. So he came up to me and he introduced himself and he said, "I'd love to see your work," and I showed it to him then. And then after that, that was maybe 4 or 5 years ago. So after all that time, he still remembered me. So when he started Mano, I was one of the first people he reached out to, and he just pitched a project to me, and he asked me, "Do you want to come on board?" And I was like, "Hell yes."
So before you were working with Mano, where were you actually caught up?
So right after graduation, I went into advertising for 2 years. I went to an ad agency, a world-renowned ad agency called Ogilvy and Mather, where I worked for 2 years. And advertising, I really enjoyed it, but it was never my true calling. Uh, the only reason I went was because, at least back then, for someone like me who enjoyed doing animation, especially hand-on animation, there wasn't really a platform for someone like me to go and work in Pakistan.
Right.
So I went for the next best thing. But I worked there until I got the opportunity of a lifetime to work with the world's biggest YouTuber, PewDiePie.
Oh, nice.
And I made bi-monthly animations for him, and that is what led me to create my own successful YouTube channel, ARF Animations.
So, Aamir, it was really an honor for me to meet you in person finally and having you here, because I'm really proud of the people, the breed that is actually coming out of Pakistan, who's doing something really innovative, something that people might be, scared of doing in Pakistan, because such art is not really appreciated yet as much in Pakistan. But good to see that you guys are the pioneers and young, active people doing great stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much.